I call this meeting to order. It is 12:02. Next up, the roll call.
Alex Cantu, present.
Mary Hernandez, present.
Escucho, present.
I don't know if you heard me, but I said Alda Benavides present.
Okay, I guess that's everybody. So, Dr. Science, I do declare a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Salinas. Can we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Doc. Do we have any public comments, Doc?
Yes, we do have a public comment. Rocio Olivares would like to participate in our public comments.
Okay, ma'am.
Mr. Salinas, she's just connecting. Give it about a couple of seconds and then they can start.
You said it was Ms. Olivares, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I'm here now. Sorry.
Thank you, Ms. Olivares, for joining us. Eric, are you online?
Yes, sir, I am, Coach.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Olivares. We're going to give you 3 minutes, ma'am. At any point, the board cannot answer any questions, and our legal attorney will go ahead and keep the time of 3 minutes. Okay, ma'am?
Okay.
At this time, just wait for Mr. Flores to give you the cue, and you can start. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
You may begin, Ms. Olivares. At the 1 minute, I'll give you a reminder.
Okay. On behalf of the parents, we have a concern and would like to know why Dr. Magda Villarreal was moved from her position. Dr. Magda Villarreal has always been there to answer and assist parents and students' needs. There are so many parents that can vouch for her outstanding disposition and professionalism she has with parents. This is the first time we as parents feel comfortable to express our concerns, and for the first time, we have had immediate responses to our children's needs. Dr. Magda Villarreal will go out of her way to resolve issues. She does not know off the clock. Many issues were taken care of her own time, such as weekends. She is approachable, understanding, and sensitive to us parents' needs. Therefore, we are simply asking, why would we make such a crucial move that affects the community and the population of this district, knowing that IDEA is trying to take our students? You need someone with compassion and a strong work ethics. I am speaking for many parents that are very disappointed with district decision. We feel there is no one we can communicate with and that are trustworthy enough to take care of our problem with no discrepancies. That is all that I wanted to say in response to the last board meeting.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ms. Olivares, for giving your concerns, and thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Anything else, Doc? That was only one, right?
That
Correct?
was the only public comment, Mr. Salinas.
Okay, thank you so much. Next up, guys, be the tax collector report. Can I have a motion?
So move.
I have a motion by Ms. Ochoa.
Second.
I have a second by Dr. Benavides. All those in favor, guys?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Next up, be the approval of the minutes of items 1 and 2 for
So
January
moved.
6th and the 13th. I got a motion?
So
Entertain a
moved.
second. Okay, second. Thank you. All those in favor, guys? Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. I pass it on to you, Dr. Science.
Thank you, Mr. Salinas. The first item on the superintendent's report is the enrollment report as of January 19th, 2021. On this day, we had 12,147 elementary, 14,531 secondary students, for a total of 26,678 students, which is 723 students less than at this time last year. The second item on the superintendent's report is recognition of Brianna Alanis, a 12th grade student from La Jolla High School, as the winner of the La Jolla ISD 2020 Holiday Greeting Card Art Contest. Ms. Blanca Cantu, our Public Relations Coordinator, will give this award.
Mande. No, I'm just watching a meeting and I'm doing the estimate at the same time. What's up?
Good evening, board members, Mr. Salinas, our board president, and Dr. Gisela Science. We do have,
Blanca,
yes,
I'm sorry for stopping you, but are you all hearing an audio, guys? I'm hearing somebody. Yeah, I don't know if you can check that, Eric.
Yes, and we'd like to ask all meeting participants that if you're not speaking, if you could please mute your microphone.
Mr. President, right now I'm not the host. It's Ms. Cantu, so she has.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
Mr.
I'm
Garcia.
hearing, I don't know, but I know Dr. Science did say yes. I'm hearing an audio like I guess somebody from home.
Yes, someone had their mic on. I think all the mics are muted already.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about that, Blanca.
no,
Sorry.
not a problem.
Okay, thank you.
Like I said, good afternoon, members of the board. Today we have our holiday contest winner. Her name is Brianna Lanise, a senior from La Jolla High School, and we do have her teacher, Ms. Bernice Cerda, and they are connected. She won the holiday greeting card contest, as we usually do, to ensure that we provide all of these opportunities for our kids, and we share all of the talents that we have in our district. We do a contest every year to ensure that we have the holiday greeting card, and this is art done by the students. As you can see in your screen, this was the holiday greeting card and the official 2020 holiday greeting card for La Jolla ISD. So I know we have Ms. Brianna and Ms. Cerda connected. They're in the meeting, and we congratulate you. We congratulate for all of your efforts. Ms. Cerda, we congratulate you for having yet another student of yours be the official holiday greeting card winner.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Brianna is on the screen, but her audio is not working, but she just asked me to tell you guys, thank you so much for the recognition.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
The next item is recognition of sixth grade mentors for La Jolla ISD, Securing My Future, College is the Plan mentoring program. We have Ms. Miriam Thayes, our guidance and counseling director, that will present this recognition.
Thank you, Dr. Science. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Board President, Board of Trustees, Dr. Science, and distinguished guests. My name is Miriam Thayes, and I am the Guidance and Counseling Director. This afternoon, I'm excited to be here to recognize the sixth grade mentors for La Jolla ISD Securing My Future, College is the Plan mentoring program. In honor of National Mentoring Month, the School Counseling Department has the honor of recognizing the Securing My Future, College is the Plan mentors. This sixth grade mentoring program started in the fall of 2020 at all 8 middle schools. The program, which is led by the sixth grade counselor at each middle school and who all work with our college career and life readiness coordinator, prepare and provide topics and lessons for our distinguished group of mentors. The mentors, who are all La Jolla ISD alumni and many of our own employees, were matched to sixth grade classrooms across the district. I know that a lot of them are joining us today, so if you are present, please turn on your camera. Thank you. Mentors meet with students twice a month to share insights about academic goal setting, post-secondary opportunities, and future planning. La Jolla ISD School Counseling Department would like to recognize and thank all of these individuals for working with our sixth grade students and for giving of their valuable time to make a difference in our students' lives. Thank you, mentors. I also want to take this opportunity to thank our middle school principals and our sixth grade teachers for allowing us to come into their schools and their classrooms. Without their participation, this program would not be possible. Thank you, principals and teachers. I will now call out the mentors by name, by school, to be recognized. At Chavez Middle School, led by sixth grade counselor Dulce Izaguirre, we have Mr. Benjamin Cardenas, Ms. Clara Garcia, Mrs. Monica Gomez, Mr. Don Gonzalez, Ms. Fernanda Leal Vega, and Ms. Rebecca Villanueva. At Dr. Science Middle School, led by sixth grade counselor Leopoldo Ramirez, we have Mrs. Veronica Chavez, Mr. Pedro de la Fuente Silva, Mr. Jorge Fuentes, Mr. Victor Fuentes, Mrs. Brenda Ochoa, Ms. Yoshi Ramirez. At Garcia Middle School, led by sixth grade counselor Leticia Martinez, we have Mrs. Marisa Acevedo Flores, Mr. Santana Galvan, Mr. Edwin Gomez, Mr. Michael Leo, Ms. Ashley Olivares, and Mrs. Adriana Villarreal. At Memorial Middle School, led by sixth grade counselor Rosalinda de la Garza, we have Mr. Christopher Cruz, Mr. Omar Cruz Garcia, Ms. Daisy Flores, Ms. Selena Marin, Ms. Viviana Perez, and Ms. Samantha Trigos. At Richards Middle School, led by sixth grade counselor Salvador Magaña, we have Mr. Jorge Flores, Ms. Leslie Gonzalez, Ms. Nanette Limas, Ms. Leslie Peña, Ms. Cynthia Salgado, and Ms. Silvia Zapata. At Salinas Middle School, led by sixth grade counselor Silvia Ramirez, we have Ms. Ermelinda Cantu, Ms. Gracie Gonzalez, Dr. Fernando Hernandez, Mrs. Jessica King, and Mr. Nelson Moya. At Trevino Middle School, led by sixth grade counselor Hilda Lorena Sáenz, we have Miriam Gutierrez, Mrs. Karina Marin, Ms. Sabrina Rodriguez, Mr. Jose Rocio, Mr. Louis Ruiz, Mr. Eddie Saldaña, and Ms. Ashley Tomlinson. And at Zavala Middle School, led by sixth grade counselor Constance Garza, we have Mrs. Sonia Alanis, Mrs. Silvia Canales, Mrs. Clarissa Hager, Ms. Giovanna Hernandez, Mrs. Maria Isabel Reina, and Ms. Celinda Solis. I would also like to recognize Mrs. Nanette Limas, College Career and Life Readiness Coordinator, for her leadership with this project. And lastly, I would like to thank Dr. Sáenz, Superintendent of Schools, for giving us the opportunity to establish this mentoring program, which we hope to continue for many years. Again, thank you, mentors, for all your help. And with that, I conclude this recognition. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Ms. Theus, and thank you to all our mentors that are guiding our sixth grade students. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
The next recognition is recognition of Outstanding Service Award for Principals for the month of January. And we have Mr. Sebastian Duque, Director of Curriculum and Evaluation, to do this award.
Good afternoon, Mr. Board President, Board of Trustees, Dr. Sáenz, Administration, and Community. It is with great pleasure that I come before you to introduce the Outstanding Service Award for Principals for the month of January. For January, we would like to recognize Ms. Maria Flores Guerra for demonstrating a strong commitment to utilizing data as a driving force for improvement at her campus. As the instructional leader, Ms. Flores Guerra led her school to an accountability rating of A and earned a distinction for academic achievement in ELA reading during the last STAR administration. She continues to work tirelessly with her staff to maintain this level of excellence. Please join us in congratulating Ms. Maria Flores Guerra for having high expectations for yourself and supporting your staff. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ms. Maria Flores Guerra. Thank you, Mr. Duque. Our next recognition is recognition of Academy of Health Science Professions and STEM for receiving the Rio Grande Valley Linking Economic and Academic Development Award for the 2020-2021 Academy of the Year Award. And we have Mr. Guadalupe Chavez, Academy's Director, to present this award.
Good afternoon, board members, Dr. Sáenz. My name is Lupe Chavez, and I proudly serve as the Academy's Director for La Joya Independent School District. The Academy of Health Science Professions in STEM was presented with a Certificate of Excellence by the Rio Grande Valley Linking Economic and Academic Development for the 2020-2021 Academy of the Year Award for demonstrating evidence of practice in the district's mission statement and the 4 next generation learning strands, which are transforming teaching and learning, transforming the secondary school experience, and transforming business and civic engagement. I would like to recognize certainly our principal, Ms. Leanne Alanis Herrera, and her entire teachers and staff for all the hard work that they've done. So with that said in mind, congratulations to her and the entire students and the staff.
Thank you, Mr. Chavez, and congratulations to Ms. Herrera and all the teachers and staff at the Academy of Health Science Professions. The next recognition is recognitions of trustees in honor of School Board Recognition Month from South Texas College. This recognition of our Board of Trustees is for their commitment to provide college readiness opportunities for our students through a successful partnership with South Texas College. La Joya ISD Board of Trustees value and support the district's academic programs that provide a strong pathway for every student to be college and career ready. The board's allocation of resources to provide 3 early college high schools, career academies, and T-STEM academies at every high school, and an Academy of Health Science Professions where students can earn college credits is very commendable. These opportunities are a clear indication of our board's commitment to graduate every student college and career ready. Every year, La Joya ISD graduates students who earn thousands of college hours through our partnership with South Texas College. Thank you, Board of Trustees, for your work to provide these opportunities for our students. We also have Ms. Victoria Cantu, South Texas College Board of Trustees, that has a message for our Board of Trustees.
Good afternoon, President Salinas, Vice President Garza, members of the board, Dr. Science, and community members. Each January, South Texas College recognizes the dedication and leadership of partnering school boards for their ongoing support of dual credit programs and other partnership opportunities for students. While the ongoing pandemic has disrupted our traditional board appreciation practice, the college has provided small tokens of appreciation for our partnering school district board members. Please accept these gift boxes distributed to your superintendent's office on our behalf as a symbol of our gratitude for your ongoing commitment to our many successful partnerships. Together, we have helped thousands of La Joya ISD students graduate with credentials and degrees throughout the long history of our collaboration. We continue to look forward to building stronger partnerships and bringing bigger opportunities to the students and residents we both serve. From the South Texas College Board of Trustees, dual credit program administration, faculty, and staff, we thank you for navigating our students through success in their higher education academic career. Thank you so much. God bless you and stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Salinas, that concludes the superintendent's report.
Mr. Salinas, you're muted. Oh,
So sorry about that, guys. Sorry. Well, how can I go on if I was muted? Thank you so much, Blanca. Okay, guys, next up be the discussion of items. Next would be the discussion of investments earnings as of November 30th, 2020. Sorry about that.
Thank you. And we have Mr. Noel Garza that's here to do that presentation, that discussion item.
I'm sorry, Dr. Science, it's going to be me, Jorge Trevino. Mr. Noel is a
Sorry. Excuse
I
me.
apologize for that.
Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. President, members of the board, Dr. Science, and those joining us today. We will be presenting to you today, discussing the investment report as of November 30th, 2020. I would like to direct you to your agenda items to page 27. On page 27, we have a summary of all the balances of our investments for the district as of November 30th. As of November 30th, the total investments for the district are $111,997,326, of which $89,341,407 were in the general fund. That representing about 79.77% of the total investments being in our general fund. Due to the fact that the interest rates are very low, we have all of our balances in our checking account, which is providing us the best interest rate at this time. Next, I'd like to direct to page 35. On page 35, we see the investment earnings. This is how much we've earned as of November 30th. As of November 30th, we've earned $33,827, of which $26,000 are in the general fund. This concludes my report. Are there any questions?
Any questions, guys? No, I guess not. Thank you, Mr. Torres.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty. Thank you. Moving on to the next one, guys. Discussion of comprehensive annual financial report for the fiscal year ending August 31st.
This item will be done by Mr. Noel Garza.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, members of the board, Dr. Sines, Mr. Trevino, members of the community, and all those watching. My name is Noel Garza. I am the principal, of Noel Garza CPA PC, and I was contracted to conduct the audit for the La Joya Independent School District as of the year end August 31st, 2020. I'll quickly go through this report and just highlight a few items for you. I know you have a busy schedule. The first thing I would like to do is have your attention to page 1 of the report. After the Roman numerals pages, it is the first page listed. And this is the independent auditor's report. And just to bring your attention to it, the very last paragraph on that first page, we make the statements where we say that in our opinion, I'll paraphrase it, we believe these financial statements are a fair presentation of the financial statement, the financial position of the La Joya Independent School District as of August 31st, 2020. Now, this opinion is considered an unmodified opinion, which is the highest opinion you can receive. And so it basically states that we feel that financial statements are fairly presented, and we have faith in the controls that the district has, and do believe this is a fair statement. So again, this is the highest representation that you can receive. From there, I'd like to turn your attention to page 13 of your report, which is the balance sheet. And on this balance sheet, you have several columns, the first being the general fund. And of course, we focus on the general fund because it is the largest fund of the district's operations, and it provides a snapshot of the way the district ended the fiscal year on August 31st. The items on that first column, general fund, are broken down into assets, liabilities, and fund balances. And you'll notice the different balances that are presented. The ones that I wanted to bring your attention to is at the end, after the year concluded, the second from the bottom line shows the total fund balances. The year in the general fund, the year ended at $87,920, and $87,920,861. Now, there are other items listed on this page, but that is the one that we primarily focus on. Now, I'll show you on page 15 how it was that we got to the $87 million. So if you would be so kind as to turn to page 15, that is the statement of revenues, expenditures and changes in fund balance, or as many people call it, the income statement. Again, looking at the first column, you'll notice the general fund, and I'll just point out a few items on here. Some of you may be familiar with it, but I'll try to identify them. The fourth item down on that first column is the total revenues in the general fund. And this is general fund only, does not include your special revenues. For the year, the district received $290,446,000 in total revenues. Now, just briefly, I'd like to point out to you the next column, the ESSER School Emergency Relief Fund. That is funding that the district received through the federal government, the CARES Act, through TEA, and the district received an additional $14 million in federal funds to help assist the district with the changes that came about as a result of the COVID crisis that we now find ourselves in. Going back to the first column, the expenditure total is about 2/3 of the way down, and you'll notice that the district spent $313 million in expenditures in all categories related, anything from instruction through administration, security, school facilities, extracurricular, and food services and transportation. So we ended the year at $313 million. Now, in addition to that, the district did sell some tax maintenance bonds, which appear 2 lines down that are titled capital-related debt issued of $35,670,000. That funding was sold to be able to complete phase 2 of the energy conservation program, as well as to purchase school buses. Not all of that, I will qualify by saying not all of those funds of that bond were utilized during the year, so a portion does carry over to the new year. But after those items are taken into consideration, you'll notice that on the third line from the bottom, the district began the year at $72,128,000 in fund balance. And with the increases left from primarily the unspent bond monies, tax notes, the district ended the year at the $87,920,000. Now, that increase does include the unspent funds. So while it does show an increase of nearly 15 million, a good portion of that is related to the unspent funds. But it does leave the district in a good, healthy position, and it is an increase. So anytime we have an increase, especially with this past year that was so unpredictable, I think the district ended in a very healthy position. That's the 2 schedules that I really wanted to focus on. Now, one other one that I'd like to turn your attention to would be on page 73. Now, page 73 is the income statement for the internal service funds. I wanted to point out to you the second column, which is your health insurance fund. The reason I wanted to show this to you is for a couple of items. The first is that your revenue for the year for health insurance program was realized $29 million was realized in revenues that were charged to the different funds to help fund the health insurance program for all staff members. Now that $29 million wasn't enough to cover the expenses. You'll notice expenses a few lines down from there came in at $36.2 million. So the district did not collect sufficient funds from the different funds and programs to cover the costs. Of course, the COVID pandemic did cause quite a large increase in insurance costs, and that's understandable. So that, did play a big part here. But as a result of that, the district realized a shortfall of $6.8 million in the health insurance program, which was covered by a transfer from the workers' compensation fund, which is, the next column over, you'll notice a transfer going out and then the transfer coming in to the health insurance fund. So that was a pretty sizable shortfall. And Mr. Trevino and Dr. Saenz and the staff and myself we did have a conversation about this. They did make me aware that they did want to bring this to the board's attention in a workshop in February to address the shortfall and perhaps get some ideas on how to correct it and what to do going forward to try to alleviate the shortfall and perhaps make some changes if it's so seen fit by the board. So it's one thing that, the health insurance costs are not going to go anywhere but up. So it is expected to go up again with this continued crisis. So I'm sure the board will and with consultants of whomever they bring in to try to help find a solution to this. But I wanted to bring it out because it was a large shortfall. And so I do commend the district for trying to find a solution to correct that. Now, one other page that I did want to bring to your attention is towards the back of the package. It's page 139 and 140. The only reason I bring this up to show to you, to share with you, is that these are some of the programs that the district is able to participate in, federal programs that help contribute to the district's operations. And you'll notice on page 39 and 40, all the different programs that the district is able to participate in order to serve the students and provide the necessary education and nutrition to the students of the district. So on page 40, you'll notice that the very last line on there, that the district received over $68 million in additional funding from the federal government, which is savings to the district because the taxpayers didn't have to cover that. And so it's a big assistance to the district. It allows you to provide all those additional services that would be provided to the students, but the federal government did assist the local district in providing those services. That in a nutshell is the report. There's a lot of other documents in here, but those are the items that really needed to come to your attention. This report will be submitted to the Texas Education Agency this afternoon after the meeting is concluded. And this way the district will meet the deadline and have it submitted and be in full compliance. So I thank you for your time and attention. And of course, any questions, please feel free to let Mr. Trino know, and I'll be glad to discuss anything at any moment.
Mr. Garza.
Monday.
Mr. Garza.
Yes, sir.
I would like to see if you could go back to page 15.
Yes.
And for members of the board, if you could go back to the page 15. I just want to go ahead and make a clarification on that. When it comes on the middle where it says ESSER, School Emergency Relief Fund, those 14,182,000, those are not really additional monies. They are to offset the amount that we were going to earn through the foundation system. Okay. It's basically the
That
same
is true.
amount of money. Okay.
That's true. I stand corrected. Thank you, Mr. Trevino.
And if I'm reading this correctly, it shows that we received 290 million, but we spent 313 million.
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
Correct?
Dr. Benavides, yes, ma'am.
And had we not gotten the extra money, we would not be in the situation that we're in. I mean, we're sitting okay with the 87 million, but that's because we got the extra money. Because those two numbers illustrate that we spent a whole lot more than what we got in revenues. Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
correct?
That's correct, Dr. Sainz.
Yes, Dr. B. The amount of the expenditures, the 313, includes those expenditures for which we issued out the bonds proceeds for.
Correct.
Okay. Just to-
And then on page 73, Mr. Arza, would you repeat the shortfall on the insurance? How much?
Yes, ma'am.
What was the amount?
$6,818,595. The last two numbers on the second column, Dr. Benavides. The last two.
Okay, I wasn't finding it. Okay, perfect. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Arza.
Yes, Dr. Benavides.
Thank you, Mr. Garza.
Very welcome. Thank you, members of the board. Thank you very much.
Any more questions, guys? Anyone? Okay, thank you, Mr. Garza, and thank you, Mr. Trevino.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. You have a great day. Next update be the consent agenda. Can I attain a motion?
Before we, Mr. Salinas, before we
Yes.
go on the consent agenda, I would like to request for our next board meeting. I know there's a lot of struggling employees and children with the social and emotional things that they're going through as a result of the pandemic. So I would like for us to have a discussion item on the support that is being offered to the students and the support that is being offered to the teachers for the things that they're going through. For example, are we aware of how many children have lost a loved one through COVID, because of COVID, either a parent or a grandparent or a family member, and what is being provided to them? And just what kind of support is provided overall for all the children that are experiencing social and emotional problems as a result of this pandemic?
Dr. Benavides, can we say do a special meeting next week? Would that be, could we go for a special meeting next week so that they can get that updated, so that the sooner the better?
The sooner the better. I'm concerned about what's going on and the stress that it's being put, and not through any fault of anyone. It's just what we're going through. But I think that as a district and as trustees, we have a responsibility to offer that support to the children and the staff, and especially the teachers. I know that they're having a real hard time ensuring that kids are logged on, ensuring that kids are doing what they need to do. And so I would just like a report. I'm sure some things are being done, but I want to know
Yes.
what's being done so that when I'm asked, I'll be able to respond. I'm okay having it in a separate meeting and having a discussion, whatever you prefer, Mr. Salinas.
That's fine, and thank you for
Yes, we'll get
bringing
that
that up.
information.
Thank you for bringing that up, Dr. Science. If we can move on that, maybe for next Wednesday, have a special one, just so that we can get that that info to all our board members, and let's see how we can better the situation with our kids and our staff and our community.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Benavides, and thank you, Mr. Salinas. We will do that.
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Salinas, now
Yeah.
on that note, I'd like to maybe take this time to suggest to you and maybe to the other board members and to Dr. Science that I'd like to lead by example and maybe recommend having our future board meetings in person, face to face, as long as we follow our CDC guidelines. I think we're asking more of our employees to come in, and I'd like to lead by example, like I said, and I know most of the districts are already doing it, so I'd like to suggest that and see if we could do that on the next one or from now on.
Dr. Science, we can get a poll from the board, and thank you, Dr. Nereida, for that. Dr. Nereida,
Okay, yes, we will.
thank you so much. Okay, anybody else, guys? If not, then we go on to consent agenda.
So move.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second. All those in favor, guys?
Aye.
All those
Aye.
opposed?
But before we go on, Mr. Salinas, I know that at a previous board meeting, we had asked on the status of PSI, just to know where we're at with completions and a side-by-side of what has been altered as far as payments and what have you. So hopefully that will also come to pass, because I noticed that we have some payments here, and I've been hearing different things out there about the payments and who's rendering payment and not rendering. And I know as a district, we've done our own responsibility by paying, but I mean, like I said, it's hearsay. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but just some type of status or updates on the whole PSI situation.
We could include that also.
Yeah, Doc, maybe like the percentage wise of the work and the percentage on payment. I guess that's what they're looking for.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ochoa, and thank you, Doc. Okay, so consent agenda, guys. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Next up, under letter C, Business and Finance, item number 10, approval of the comprehensive annual financial report for the fiscal year ending August 31st, 2020, guys.
So move.
I have a motion
Second.
and a second. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. The next one is under letter C, Business and Finance, nomination of the Texas Association of the School Board Board of Directors for Region 1, positions A and B.
I'd like to nominate Esperanza Ochoa for position A and Alda Benavides for position B.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Garza for Mrs. Ochoa and Dr. Benavides. Do I have a second? Can I obtain a second? Mrs. Hernandez, thank you, Mrs. Hernandez. Okay, all those in favor, guys?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Okay, guys, next up, DB under letter D, instruction and student services discussion and approval of the request for the 2020-21 school year and related days waiver. Can I obtain a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by Ms. Ochoa.
Alda Benavides.
I'm sorry, was you Dr. Benavides? Okay, I'm sorry, Dr. Benavides.
I second.
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 Okay, thank you, by Ms. Ochoa. Okay, thank you. All righty, all those in favor, guys? All those opposed? Motion passes. Next up, under letter E, Human Resources, discussion and approval of the request for the 2020-2021 teacher appraisal waiver, guys. Sorry about that.
So move.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, guys? All those opposed? Motion passes. Under letter E, Human Resources, number 2, approval of the high school teachers, Royel Trevino and Gisela Ramirez, to teach and get compensated for the after-school enrollment college classes in the spring of the 2021 semester. And I have a motion. Do I take a second? I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Under letter E, Human Resources, number 3, discussion and approval of the Assistant Superintendent title changes for the 2020-2021 school year.
So move.
I have a motion
Second.
and I have a second. All those in favor?
I'm going to nay that one, Coach.
Okay.
I just want to say for the record, I believe that we're putting the needs of the district as a top priority. I'm in disbelief. I think our district is in disbelief, and we have Ms. Olivares who just reaffirmed that. I received lots of messages, calls, visits on this item, and I have had no valid justification that would allow me to understand the reassignment or this recommendation that was given to us. Again, this is a time where we most need our core and our team, and I don't agree. And I still, like I said, have had no valid, nothing that would allow me to understand why our former 2 assistant superintendents were reassigned and increasing the job load of the other 3. And just for the record, I did approve the minutes earlier, but I would like the minutes to reflect that I was misled in the previous meeting. I was misled to believe we were opening positions to accommodate for these 2 individuals that the resolution was they were going to be affected by the resolution, and that did not happen. So I would like the minutes to reflect that as well.
Okay. Okay, Blanca, can you go ahead and note that on the minutes, and then check with legal what we need to do there, because it's already been passed, and then on the add-on here.
Will
Thank
do,
you,
Ms.
guys.
Chairman. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, next up, guys, being number 4, public hearing and approval of the salary adjustment regarding a payment in excess of contractual amount for groundskeeper supervisor. Dr. Science, can you say a little bit about that?
Yes, this request
Before we
is
go
being
on for the
made.
hearing.
Yeah, this request is being made by our operations department due to illnesses, quarantines, and absences of staff. This employee has taken extra duties, and they would like to compensate for the period of time that's noted on here from January 2021 to June 30th, 2021.
Okay. Thank you, guys. At this time, it is
No, we haven't voted.
We need the
No,
vote.
we gotta go out for a hearing, Doc.
Oh.
We haven't voted. We have to go out for a hearing. Okay, so it's 12:46, and we are in a public hearing. Any questions or anything from the public or any board member at this time?
Also move.
Okay, a motion by Mr. Cantu, and that'll take effective right once we exit. And I have a second, but I gotta give it the floor. Anybody have any questions, guys? Going once, going twice. So it is 12:47, and we are out of executive session. And I have a motion by Mr. Cantu and a second by Dr. Benavides. All those indicating by saying aye in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. At this time, it is 12:47, and under sections code 551071, 551072, and 551074, we'll be going into executive session. Thank you. Okay, we are out of executive session at 1:49. I got letter H, personnel. I need a motion, guys,
Okay, so move.
for items 1 through 6.
Let's discuss discussion.
Okay, I have a motion. Can I have a second? I have a
Second.
second. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. And then just one more motion to adjourn, guys.
So move.
Motion. And I take a second. Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Passes.
Aye.
Guys, y'all stay safe, guys.